My name is Willie Dennis III. I am the co-director of the Jazz Art Writers South Festival. We call ourselves Jaws Fest. Welcome to Jazzy Lunch. This is an opportunity for you to sit back and enjoy a live jazz musician over on your lunch break. We welcome everyone to come in and enjoy their time here. As you are coming in today, please be sure that you sign in and take a feedback form so you can tell us about how we're doing and so we can plan for events in the future. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and let this young man do his thing. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Sound Barrier.
Thank y'all so much for having me.
favorite smooth jazz artist. His name is Steve Cole, and that song is called "Table for Two." It's one of my favorite songs that I play whenever I'm in dinner situations and stuff like that. I will play this one. My name is the Soundberry and stuff. I go by the Soundberry. My name is Steven Johnson and stuff. I like to thank Josh for giving me this space to play for you all. You all enjoy your lunch, I'll be providing the ambiance while you enjoy your lunch and stuff like that. So thank you so much. I'm gonna play another song here. I like that song so much, I want to play it again. again, I go by the Sound Barrier and stuff. You can catch me downtown. I play at this restaurant called Dumbwaiter, right across from Vehicle Square. I play there. That's my weekly residency gig. I play there from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. If you ever find yourself wanting a good place to eat for dinner, you'll see me right outside. I play at Bob's Downtown Diner every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to noon with my Dixieland band that will be here next week. The Dolphin Street Stompers will be here next week playing for you, and we're a fun time. We're a fun time to say the least and stuff. So we're a fun time. We play authentic New Orleans Dixieland jazz and stuff like that. So thank y'all so much. Play one more song, and then I'm gonna play an original for you. That song was called Heaven by Ronnie Jordan, but I stuck a melody over that song called Butterflies by Michael Jackson. So I think you recognized it. This is a song by one of my favorite artists called PJ Morton with a girl named JoJo. It's called Say So. Thanks so much. All right, we can get to some original stuff now. I'm all warmed up. We can start getting into my original music. So we start getting into the fun stuff. We're gonna start picking it up. just to warm me up and stuff. So I have 6 albums that are currently out right now. Thank you so much. Don't ask me to name them all because they're like 6 kids. I have to promote them all in different ways and stuff. I'm still trying to remember. I have an album. I released a single last week called "Rock to This." That is a Caribbean Afro swing type song that is going to be on my album that comes out May the 31st. There's an album release show. It's going to be at the Halstead Amphitheater in Fairhope. It's going to start at 6 p.m. It's not going to end until probably 11 p.m. or midnight or whatever and stuff. So there's going to be a whole bunch of people there. There are 2 bands opening for us. And then we will, my band will headline and stuff. So we'll headline, and it comes out midnight, May 31st. It's called Another World. I came up with that concept. I was working a regular job before I started doing music. And I said to myself, you know, I wonder how they live in Jamaica or like in the islands or whatever. So I said it can't be, sunny all the time. I said it can't be like that all the time where the water is like crystal clear and all that kind of stuff, and they're just drinking from coconuts and all that kind of. And my mind just went to wandering with all that stuff or whatever. So I said to myself, I'll come up with a song or whatever and stuff like that. Well, one song turned into 7. And so that album comes out May 31st, and it's you'll hear it, it's Rock to This is out now on Spotify. You can listen to that right now. The full album comes out May 31st. It's all Afro-Caribbean type influences, Afro swing and stuff like that. And I had a really awesome time making that album. It is one of my favorite albums I made. We are about to get into my favorite album I have out so far. It's called Street Music. I played some of the people that were here last time. I played some songs off of this album. That is my favorite album to date. I had a lot of fun making that album. It is very all over the place and stuff. I had a very great time making that album because there's a lot of influences on that album, especially since I've been doing my musical career. So we are gonna play a song. I'm gonna play a song off that album. The first track on that album is called "For Show." So I hope you enjoy it.
called?
People make the world go round.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I probably should let that next song play because we're going straight into the next track on my street music album. This song, if you remember the story I told last time, I wrote this song and it came out on Miles Davis's birthday. And so I wrote a song inspired by if Miles Davis was still living, what kind of song would he write if he was still living today and stuff. So I wrote this with a cat named Connor Musara. He's from Cleveland, Ohio, but he lives in Los Angeles, California now. And he's doing really well for himself. And so this song is called I'm Out by myself and Connor Musara. Oh yeah. Sound barrier music. Connor Musara. Shout out to Miles Davis. Gonna do a little jazz for you. Gonna do it like this.
Here's an idea, do something. Something like this.
That song was called I'm Out by myself and Common Star. I went into a song called Marina Breeze by Paul Grant. I'm gonna switch it up just a little bit. So, like I said, my Dixieland band is gonna be here next week. And in that band, I do quite a lot of singing because a lot of that has to do with like gang harmony, lead vocals and stuff like that. And so in New Orleans, of course, you know, you gotta sing and play. You gotta kind of have an entire act if you're gonna make some money in New Orleans and stuff. So I'm going to play and sing a song that we'll probably do next week. And so it's called Somebody Stole My Gal. And so, and I hope you enjoy it. The song was written in 1928. It's by the same guy who wrote the Battle Hymn of the Republic. That's the recorded Battle Hymn of the Republic. Once again, I'd like to thank Jazz Fest for having me. Thank you so much. Here we go. was that I got to express a lot of myself through my horn. There's a lot going on in that song.
Yeah.
A lot, it's almost like he's crying for her to come in. When I was doing it, I got to do a lot, and a lot of music I don't get to do a lot of that. So I like playing Dixieland a lot and stuff. You guys are gonna have a ton of fun with my band next week. I'm very excited and stuff. We're gonna switch from Dixieland jazz to straight ahead jazz. I think I told this story the last time I was here too. During the pandemic, people watched a lot of Netflix, lots and lots of Netflix. And there was a show in particular that came on during the pandemic, won a bunch of awards, and it was called The Eddy. The Eddy is about a jazz club in Paris. And I'm not gonna give away too much, just watch it. Just watch it. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on there. So there's a central storyline, but the soundtrack is amazing. If you've ever seen, La La Land, and if you've ever seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory stuff on film and stuff, the same guys who did that soundtrack did this soundtrack. Glenn Ballard and Randy Kerber and stuff. So I'm gonna play a song from that soundtrack called On the Way. 15 minutes left. I'm gonna go ahead and plug my socials here. You can find me on Facebook at Stephen Christopher Johnson. You can find me on Instagram at Sound Barrier Music. That's all one word, Sound Barrier Music, like you're burying something. SOUNDBURYER Music. You can find me on YouTube at the same, Sound Barrier Music. Like I said, I have an album coming out on the 31st. It's Afro-Caribbean. I'm primarily a smooth jazz artist, so this is a step outside of what I normally do and stuff. I'd like to thank Jaws Fest for having me so much. I'd like to thank Brian Argo, the artist who his featured exhibit outside. That's so wild and stuff. I had Dr. London who was here with the Excelsior Band a couple of weeks ago, I think. He said, you haven't been in the game long enough if somebody isn't stalking you and painting pictures of you. So I feel like I've been in the game long enough if somebody's painting pictures of me and they got it on the wall. So I'm gonna play an original for you now. So, thank y'all so much. Are y'all having a good time?
Oh yeah.
Thank you. And, I can't thank Jaws Fest enough for having a space like this for musicians to display their work. And so it was cool a little bit after the pandemic. Everybody wanted music or whatever. Now it's like 2024 and everybody's only focused on like the Olympics now. So that's like I'm still trying to get work. Don't forget about me. And stuff. I'm gonna play another song off of that album. Called Street Music. I'm gonna play the actual song Street Music. The drummer that you'll hear at the beginning, I don't know if anybody here watches Tiny Desk a lot, but if you saw the Tiny Desk with Usher, one of the first ones and stuff, the white guy that's on drums, his name is Ryan James Carr, and he has his own music out, and I reached out to him, didn't think he'd get back to me or whatever. I reached out to him and I said, hey man, it'd be awesome if we collaborated on something. I said, I got an album in mind, I wanna reach out to you and collaborate or whatever and stuff. And he got back to me, he said, man, I got all these sounds, as musicians do. I got all these sounds that I just haven't finished, these drum loops or whatever. He said, dude, like pick one and don't even worry about, just credit me when you use it or whatever and stuff like that. So I chose one and put it on my album and that's how we ended up collaborating on this song. It's called Street Music. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's my
Another round of applause for the sound barrier.
Yeah.
It's so great to see an artist come up and showcase, give us different styles and different moods. So much soul in that jazz you got. We got to talk about that.
Yeah, man.
But yes, if you have not seen our gallery coming down on Gallery Hall, we have one of our featured artists, Brian Argo, and we invited Brian to the Jaws Festival. I'm going to give you a little bit of serendipity here. Give me a second. We invited Brian to the Jaws Festival as an artist sometime around November or October of last year. And we said, Brian, just do whatever you do, just make sure it has something musical in it. And as we were beginning our final steps for putting our guests in place and for putting our artists in place for showcases, we were able to meet Stephen in the sound barrier. And that week, as the art was going up on the walls and we're looking at everything, and I guess that first day that you came in here, walking down the hallway, and literally, here is this guy I met today on this wall from an artist we met months and months ago. That's serendipity, y'all. He was meant to be here. And we appreciate his joining us today. So thank you so much, Sound Barrier, for doing what you do. All right, just a couple of housekeeping notes, and I need to be sure to get some of my team members in here so we can do some nice things. If you have not signed in, please be sure that you sign in when you walk in the door. We have some things that we'd like to do for you today. We have plenty of free swag, lots and lots of free stuff that you can take with you. Feel free to take that with you. And if you can also take a survey sheet and let us know about how we did. That way we can get your feedback. You can tell us about what was good, what was bad, and what we can do better. And we also want to plan to do something better for the future, so we appreciate as much feedback as we can possibly get. One other note, which I have not done up until today, is to let you know that Jaws Fest is a registered 501c3 nonprofit. So if you'd like to get one of these snazzy Jaws Fest t-shirts with our schedule on the front, with our alien on the front and our schedule on the back, you are welcome to purchase one on our website, jawsfestival.com. You'll be able to purchase that through Custom Ink, our fundraising partner, and that will be delivered directly to your home. That is a direct fundraising opportunity with our festival. So, of course, we appreciate every opportunity for people to connect with us, and if you have questions, items, issues, please feel free to bring that to us, because we are here for you. That's what we're here for. If you would like to tip Stephen today for his fantastic performance, please feel free to also do that. His tip jar is available over there, and we thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you. Now we're going to give some stuff away, so let me see.
Have money and stuff. If you have Apple Music or Spotify, a follow is just as good as $5 and stuff. So thank you so much. Just the engagement is just as valuable.
Where else can they find you? Where can they find you?
You can also find it's on Amazon Music and stuff. I'm actually debating whether this next album will be on Amazon Music simply because of the contracts I have to deal with other artists as far as putting my music on DSPs and RPOs and all that kind of stuff. So it will definitely be on Spotify May the 31st. There is already a single out called Rock to This that came out last week. It's on there now and stuff, and the full album will be out May 31st. My YouTube channel is where I post all my live performances. So Soundberry Music, that album release show will be on YouTube. Right. So if you want to see that, if you can't come to the show, that will be recorded, and that will be recorded live, and it will be on YouTube, so you can view that.
What date is that show?
That is May the 31st. That's the last Friday in May.
And where is that again?
It's going to be at the Halstead Amphitheater in Fairhope, right behind where it used to be called Faulkner State. It's called Coastal Alabama Community College now on Bancroft Street. So Halstead Amphitheater. It's going to be 2 bands, then me. So, so yeah, May the 31st, 6 p.m. is when that show starts. Thank you so much.
Gotta do that. All right, we're going to do my favorite part here. I love to give stuff away. An appreciation of everyone joining us, and so this is where we get to have some fun. And man, if you could pull a name. All right, thank you. Careful.
It's Kenneth. Oh. I know what the last name is.
Kenneth Irby. All right, Kenneth, come on up. Thank you so much for joining us today. Congratulations. All right. All right, let's go ahead and do another.
Let's go like that.
I'm like,
Robbie R. Anderson.
Robbie Runderson. Put your name in here.
It's a hard for me.
It's hard. Let me see, this is Andrea.
David. No.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Andrea or Andrew? Did they leave? Okay. We'll
Let's see what you.
can't quite read it. Am I Dent?
Andy did.
Andy Dent?
A-N-D. Induce and
Adrian did.
don't.
Adrian.
Okay.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, she did have to leave. She did have to leave.
All right, we'll go hold one for her. This will be our last pull.
Okay. Is back the
Magic Barrington.
Barrington, yeah.
All right, everyone, so we thank you so much for joining us at Jazzy Lunch. I forgot to do the homework, which is we have Jazzy Lunch every Wednesday from 12 to 1 here in this room, in this building, up until June 12th. This will be our last session. Please feel free to take a look at our website to know about upcoming events, but our next concert will be June 6th, featuring Thomas Jackson. That will be in the Marks Library Auditorium at 6 p.m. It's going to be amazing. He's a blues player. You will have a fantastic time at that concert. We'll also have an event on June 18th for Jazz Stories and Poetry. That will be here in this room. And then on June 20th, we'll close our festival at Laylaw Performing Arts Center with a concert from Andrew Ayers. That's going to be an absolutely amazing time. So definitely be checking that out and come out and enjoy it. Thank you so much for joining us today. Y'all have a great afternoon.